My favourite Coral-Eclipse memory is Vadeni in 2022, and the reason for that is it was a tight call. I love Al Kazim. I was very closely associated with him at Roger Charlton's in 2013, but the ride Christophe Soumillon gave Vadeni was absolutely world class. He outrode the whole field. He got the horse into a great rhythm. Perfect Sandown ride. Off the home turn, just peeled out wide. He held Mishrif in at a key stage. He was ridden by David Egan for John Gosden, and shut him off and put him back onto heels. Quickened up, put the race to bed very smoothly. Baybridge was favourite on the day, and it was just a fantastic riding performance from Christophe, who is one of the finest big race riders we've ever seen. Baybridge was favourite, and we had some very, very sort of strong form going in. Mishrif had great international form. Vadeni was the red-hot French challenger. I think it was a really deep renewal. Lord Northview was a fantastic international runner for the Gosdens as well. So it was a very deep race, and anticipation who was going to come out on top that time of year when the 10 furlong horses really sort of all culminate together. Coral-Eclipse is a proper all-age test for 3-year-olds and the older horses, and it's normally it sits on par, doesn't it, with the Juddmonte International as one of our flagship Group 1s.
Is Native Trail, and the back marker early is Vadeni. As they go down the back straight, they have a mile to go.
He was a very progressive 3-year-old, taking on the older horses for the first time, and obviously we had Native Trail in there. It was a very deep, I felt it was a very deep renewal, and it was kind of working out the pecking order where all the horses sit, and Vadeni was just given a beautiful ride from Christophe Soumillon. And as I say, Sandown's not an easy track to be seen to best effect at times. It can be very unlucky, and Christophe got into a great rhythm, peeled out at the right time, and used his horse's energy very efficiently. He didn't panic. It was very smooth. He got the horse into a great rhythm, which is key, getting settled down that back straight before the tight bend for home. And then when you hit the rising ground at Sandown, he didn't play his cards too soon. He kept his cover. He was following Native Trail, and he popped outside that horse. And as David Egan went to come out on Mishrif, he put him back onto heels, and that's when he put the race to bed and progressed his run. And it was just a beautiful tactical ride from a world-class jockey. He raced tight, and it never looked in any doubt. He used his horse's energy very efficiently, and it was just a pleasure to watch.
It is now Vadeni on the outside, on the inside Lord North. Native Trail between those two. Vadeni has got the lead, a half furlong to go in the Coral-Eclipse. Vadeni, Native Trail, Mishrif on the outside. Vadeni wins it for France. Vadeni, who has taken the Coral-Eclipse.
My first thought was, I obviously do quite a bit of coaching with young jockeys, and it's a very good tool to use for coaching purposes. We use the footage of the head cam for training purposes for young riders, and just showing the sort of perfect way to ride that 10 furlongs at Sandown. Sandown's quite unique, the walk back, and I always feel like riding winners there myself, never winning the Coral-Eclipse, but riding winners there myself. People rush back out from the stands, back up to the walkway, and it's quite a good buzz walking in from a feel-good factor, and it's not your default walk back in. Obviously it's a long walk back in on the wood chip track. You walk sort of past the stands, parade ring side, up the hill to it, and drop back down to the winners enclosure in front of the weighing room, and it's quite a unique walk back. You've got plenty of time to reflect while trying to find out what was second, third, and so forth. So it's a very unique setup at Sandown. A lot of the Coral-Eclipses are races for the ages. You normally get the 3-year-olds meeting the older horses at a key time of year, and it's one of my favourite races of the year.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.